Hi, I'm Bruce Justine with Seasoft Scuba, and I want to talk to you about, I think, one of our very best products. That's the Seasoft Raygun flashlights. This is truly, I think, a landmark in underwater flashlight technology. We're really proud of this product because it breaks new ground. This is a 300 lumen flashlight. Now, if you know anything about that, that's pretty bright. Now, when you talk about flashlights, it's not just lumens. You also have to talk about kelvins. Kelvins is the brightness of the light or the whiteness of the light. So when you talk about whiteness, noonday sun is somewhere around 5,500, 6,000 Kelvin. This burns about 5,500 Kelvin, so it's near that kind of light. Yellow light, which is more of a dawn or dusk light, is around 2,500 or so. A lot of lights have that, a lot of yellow light. This is an LED light. It burns very white. So when you're underwater, it's going to light up a lot of stuff. It's going to look really good. You're going to see a lot. It's going to be like noonday sun instead of that yellow sun. You're also going to love it because it's really, really tough. Now, some people might look at it and say, well, it's plastic. Well, it's not. It's polycarbonate, which means it's tough. I mean, it's tougher than aluminum. Matter of fact, you're going to see this light being run over by a truck, an SUV. And you're going to see me throwing this on the ground repeatedly. We just ran this Raygun flashlight over a few minutes ago. It's pretty tough, isn't it? Well,
real close, and it hit 2 feet your side of the fin.
so you didn't get that? It spun and everything? You're telling me you didn't get that? And it ended up shining right back at you? Still tough, isn't it? Bruce from Seasoft Scuba. We just ran over this flashlight, this Raygun flashlight a few minutes ago. Pretty tough, isn't it? Well, it's still tough. Yeah, it's still tough, and it's still going to work. If I take most aluminum lights and run them over, they're going to squash. So polycarbonate's always going to be tougher than aluminum. You're also going to find that this light has a light that twists on and off. Now I want to show you something because this is important. A lot of people say, well, I've turned it on and they would like a switch. Well, here's why you don't necessarily want a switch. I want to show you this. Now you see it's off. Now watch, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes 6 turns. Actually, I got to keep turning it to get it off. See how many times I have to get it off, twist it to get it off. If you'll come in close with the camera, you'll see that there's 2 O-rings, and they're at the bottom, they're not at the top. That means that when I put this light on, it's going to be into those O-rings almost immediately. That means as I put the light on, now watch how many times, again, that I'm twisting it on before the light comes on. There's the light on. So you're not going to accidentally flood the light. Again, it's off. How many times I'm going to twist before the light gets out of the O-rings. I don't recommend to turn it off. You keep going to see, oh, wow, look how far I can do it underwater. Obviously, when you're turning it off, you just want to go about a half turn. It's plenty. So that's really important that you don't accidentally flood the light. Now, just to show you that, I'm going to show you the one that's in the pocket here to give you a better, I'll turn it on. It's on. On the yellow, it'll show you those O-rings a little bit better. You see the double O-rings? This happens to be the wide beam. We have a high beam or a narrow beam, and there it is again. It's really important to show you this because it's the placement of the O-rings, not just the O-rings. Now let me explain the difference between the beams. Wide beam's going to disperse the light, so we're going to have we're going to light up a big area. The wide beam's going to be useful for two things. One, I might be doing a night dive and I want to light up a big area around me. I'm searching for small animals, small creatures. I want to light up that area. Or I'm going to use this for a video light. Those two things, you're going to love the wide beam. But if I want to take a light and I want to light up a tree a football field away, or I want to be able to just look in that cave way back where with the high beam, then the regular beam, or what we call the high beam, is going to be the light for you. Has a very focused beam, 300 lumens, incredibly bright. So those are your two choices. Depth, unlimited depth. You're going to be able to go just about as deep as any of you can imagine going. We've tested it down to 600 feet with no problems whatsoever. If you dive deeper than 600 feet, that's all I can say for you. All right, comes with a lanyard with the regular Raygun, or you can get it in a pocket. Now, we love the pocket because I can wear it in the front of my BC right here and use it like so. That's pretty sweet. So here's what you can do. Here's how it works. First of all, I've got a stainless steel line. I've actually got a side release buckle right here, so I could take it off, hand it to somebody else, so it's a great backup light for somebody else. And the retractor is held on by an elastic strap here. I can put it onto webbing through here, but most people are going to put this over top of the webbing that goes over top of the cummerbund of their BC. So down here, I'm going to take that webbing and I'm going to overlap the Velcro. You could also put it on the shoulder straps of your BC and use it like that. I personally like it right here because I like just lifting it like so. But any place you find comfortable to use it, feel free to do it anywhere you'd like. Here's the great part. A lot of people think a light this size is a backup light. This is a primary light, folks. 300 lumens is a primary light. And I'll tell you why. If you go online and check some of the big lights with those handles and all those batteries in it, you're going to find that a lot of those are less than 300 lumens. Now, if you want to carry a big light with a ton of batteries in it, you go ahead. I'll take 6.5 ounces, 300 lumens any day for my primary light. I think that if you compare both, I think you'll take that too. Lifetime breakage warranty. If you break it, you flood it, you do anything to it, for your rest of your life, this light's going to be replaced for simply the cost of shipping and handling. Now, let me show you if something happens to it, what you're going to have to send back. That's the module. Everything else on this is pretty indestructible. That's the actual light module. If something goes wrong, that's the part that's going to need to be replaced. So it's a pretty simple, pretty amazing product. That's your 300 lumens right there with your LEDs mounted inside. And again, look how many times you have to turn it to get it to turn on. So that's your Raygun flashlight. Now, one last thing. This amazes most people because I've even had my wife hand me the light and go, "Are you sure there's batteries in it?" Here's what it is. With the batteries in it, it weighs 6.5 ounces. That's right, 6.5 ounces. a light with 300 lumens with the batteries in it. You're run over with a truck, weighs 6.5 ounces. And for those of you that know traveling today, how little weight you can carry with you, 6.5 ounces, that's pretty cool. And by the way, did I mention that this is Scuba Labs? And by the way, we don't pay them money, just in case somebody tells you that stuff. We don't pay them money. If you look in their magazine, we haven't paid for one advertisement in their magazine, but this is their tester's choice for dive lights. They love it. And we've already gotten a lot of emails and letters back from folks that love this light too. And by the way, they don't love it. Again, I'll mention, they don't love it as a backup light. They love it as a primary light. So Scuba Labs, tester's choice, Raygun flashlight. So safe diving to you, bright diving to you, 6.5 ounces, Seasoft Raygun flashlight. Thanks for watching.